Hi guys, welcome back. Today we have been doing some work in the garden finally after a few months of being slack and lazy and busy doing other things. So I've been waiting for this fig tree here to drop most of its leaves, which it's done now in the month of May, and they easily come off just by doing that, right? So there's still figs left, but I'll leave those for the birds. That's their reward. There's actually more figs for the birds on there than there were for us. No joke, at least 3 times more. But that's fine. What have I done today? I've raked the fig leaves in preparation for mowing the lawn, which hasn't been mowed since the end of summer, since February. So what's that? That's like 3 months. We can get away with it that long because of the overhead canopy of the trees. The grass needs sunshine to grow, right? So that's been reduced heavily by the trees. So I've been raking and just preparing to mow. And also I've put away a lot of the tropicals into the greenhouse. So there's a lot of rainwater there that's been caught during autumn, the months of March, April and May. Free rainwater in the wheelbarrow, which I'll be using for some of the pots under the pergola. And this is the other job I've done today. At the end of May, I waited a few weeks longer than usual. This is meant to be done, they say, for ideal protection at the final week of April or the first week of May. But I waited till the end of May. So I'm about 3 or 4 weeks behind so-called schedule. I don't like schedules, guys. When I hear that word, I sort of go that way. I like doing things spontaneously and not in a rigid way. And you might say, well, you're going to pay the price. Well, sometimes you'd be surprised how being spontaneous and allowing the plants to acclimate can show up results that were unexpected. So we have mamey. I've had here for 3 years. A new mamey that I've had for a couple of years. I believe they're seedlings. Behind here I have wax jambu that's got a new growth, all those new leaves. Finally, I got some success with the wax jambu. We'll see how it does over winter. I've lost numerous over the years, and it's not because I was late to bring them in the greenhouse. Look how healthy and happy it is. Something else kills them. I don't know what it is. Too much water, not enough water. It's one of those things. Canistel, a couple of canistels. Mango back there, I believe that's the dwarf one, the Irwin. Yep, that's the Irwin, right? That's the only mango that survived. Well, and that's because I got it after winter. I've only had that like 5 or 6 months, and it's starting to do some growth up there, and hopefully it doesn't continue. I don't want it to start moving now in winter. I'd rather it sleep. So no fertilizing in winter, guys. A couple of other canistel seedlings back there that sprung up from the dead over summer. They're the 2 I had last year. They were exactly the same size as these 2, but they died back over winter and early spring, and now they're back to life. So they look dead, but they survived. And then I've got another 2 canistel back there from the previous year. So they keep dying over winter and coming back at the end of summer. So Canistel is very, very hard here, guys. I'm trying though. I'm not giving up. A couple of Rollinias, one there, and the other one right there, right? With a stretched, they stretch their arms out. See that one there, and another arm up there. They're like very lanky, rather than upright. Look at the Canistel in comparison. It's upward growing instead of sideways. And then I've got a Malabar chestnut, which I know for certain with these big beautiful leaves will not appreciate 5 months of cold and frost. Guaranteed goodbye Charlie. Same with the Mamey. Look at these leaves. Big leaves like this means frost protection. And I'm not talking about 3 days of frost like you get in Florida. I'm talking 5 months of frost. Yeah, we get 5 months of frost here, not 5 days. You get 5 days of frost in Florida and you panic. You think the world's coming to an end. Try 5 months. Yeah, we get 5 months here. And then I've got a couple of Annonas. Let's see, that's it says Bullock's Heart, but it's not. Daly's made a mistake. They sent me a note saying that they mislabeled it. What's that one there? Red Ilama. That one is also a mistake. I believe the Red Ilama is a Bullock's Heart. A Bullock's Heart is something else. So they screwed up on that, but that's all right. They apologized. I've got a little miracle fruit there that is not happy at all. I've changed its soil to the type it likes, but it didn't do much over summer. Then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 achachas. My lead achacha died over summer. The one I had for 2 years, I don't know why. It just did after 2 successful winters. So now I've got 4 of them. Let's see how these 4 do. I've got to get some success, guys. What's this here on the Rollinia? Is that growth? Hope it's not trying to flower. Hope it's not trying to flower. Yeah, we don't want that. Not in winter. Then I've got 2 very sad looking Taiso, I believe. Yeah, Taiso lychees, which didn't do well at all over summer, but they're alive. They're green, right? That's what matters. The green stems, so they can come back in spring, hopefully. And a longan, which really doesn't need to be in here. Longan is pretty tough. That's the Hue variety. I reckon that's probably as tough as Chompu. And behind it, there's let's see, that's the Lakucha or monkey jack, which came back from the dead as well. That was completely dead after last winter, and in summer it miraculously sprung up like these Canistels did. So don't throw away your dead plants for at least 6 months after the end of winter. And that's it, I think. I've put all these in winter protection storage until October. Yeah, so that's early to mid-spring in Australia. So see you later, guys. June, July, August, September. 4.5 months of sleep. Yeah. Meanwhile, out here in the Wild West, where survival of the fittest is the name of the game. Wow, let's see. The Black Sapodi champion. They don't mind the cold at all. Well, my cold, not exactly Canberra cold. Then we've got all these Jabuticabas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 in the ground, 3 in pots. Not a problem with the Jabuticaba. They need absolutely no winter protection at all. in my 9B zone. There's a couple of more here. I just leave them out. Last winter I left them out and they survived like true champions. I know some of you protect them for again, that ideal scheduled mindset, but again guys, I go with the flow. If they make it, they make it. They should make it. A seedling cherry moya, which I don't know what I'm gonna do with. I know you're gonna say, why don't you graft onto it? I don't do grafting. I don't like grafting, not at this stage anyway. Another jabuticaba. This is the large leaf. A 3 meter tall sandpaper bird's eye fig, which has been absolutely mind-boggling, yeah, in its quick growth. Planted 1 year, and the next year I planted it when it was like 3 feet, right, or 3.5 feet, and 12 months later it's 8 feet or 9 feet. Amazing. I wish I had those kind of results with all those sooks in the greenhouse. Wow, I'd have to go to Cape Tribulation for that. Yeah, so here's another new, this is a new guava I got a couple of years ago. That's finally pushed some growth, and I've forgotten its name. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Thankfully I have the tag. I was put onto this guava by a friend on Instagram. He told me about the white Allahabad. Supposedly the sweetest of all guavas. Wow. Well, we'll find out. Frost-free. Oh, it wants a frost-free climate. Well, it survived out here all winter last year on its own, so it's gonna have its second winter outdoors in the open. Oh, I left the sapodilla out too. There was no room for this in the greenhouse. This is extremely healthy too. This is the BKD 110 sapodilla, and it's grafted. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. It's very happy and healthy and looking good, although there's early signs of cold damage. It's already begun. See how the discolorization, it's losing its green and it's getting those brown spots. That's cold. That's the onset of cold, and we're not even in winter yet. So he might need better protection than just under the bare persimmon tree. That's not enough. He's starting to get new growth here, but again, too little, too late, not enough time. Please put me under cover somewhere. So, oh, and I'm leaving out the pitanga tuba, which flowered like 10 times over summer and autumn, but did nothing. I think he's tough enough now to leave out after 2 winters. I had him in the greenhouse though last year. We'll see how he goes this winter without any protection. Then we have the is that pitomba? No, cedar bay cherry. I'm not gonna give this guy any protection. Oops, what just broke? The stake just broke. I don't think he needs a stake anyway, but yeah, we're gonna leave him out. There's the pitomba. The pitomba didn't make it. Pitomba didn't make it. See you later, Charlie. Yeah, so what else? These are all seedlings, seedling loquats and seedling avocados, and these guys can take the cold. Seedling white sapote, right? They're like, they're not even phased by the cold. The jujubes are going to sleep. They're dropping their leaves. This is the new wampy that I got a few months ago. Wow, I planted it in the ground at the end of summer and immediately started to flower and now fruit. and I've only tried one in a recent video. Man, these are sweet. These are great. If you're gonna get a Wampi, guys, this is the one you get. The Yim Pei. Forget about the other one. The other one is sour. The one I've had for 8 years. Unless, you know, you're a collector. I'm a collector, I don't mind. So, let's see. Oh, wow. Anyone who says that I'm like Wampi, like Doug in Brisbane, it's because you've been trying the wrong one. Try this one and see how you like it. And then I have this Thai guava, which almost died last winter because I left it outside unprotected. He's gonna need some kind of protection. Can't believe that he almost died. This is a very sensitive Thai white guava. So yeah, and there's a seedling white sapote. The white sapote is amazing. It's like incredible. No protection at all, zero. It's like citrus. Okay, let's have a look around. What else we got? We've got a lot of things here, but I've got to clean up the mess and mow. That's another part of the work that's involved. Look at the Subel, how it's grown to 3.5 meters in 3 years. Wow. And it's got 2 leading trunks, and I was going to remove one, right? But I don't know what I'm going to do with that. The green sapote has taken off with new growth, a new flush at the end of autumn. So we'll see how these do. Right, looks promising. Very promising. And it's getting a lot of protection from the white sapote and from the pomelo and from the mulberry here, which has a fruit that the birds didn't see. This time I beat them. I beat them. They get most of them, or all of them. Hi guys. Oops, one fell. Nice. That's the black dwarf. But it's not a dwarf, it's 2.5 meters tall. So here we have the jamun or jambulan. It's turning into a beautiful looking tree, right? Branches branching out nicely. There's a cherry tomato growing up on it, but that's only because it's in the sunshine, right? There's still some winter cold sun. Wow, that's a good tomato. So I just leave that there just to pick them for salad. So as you can see, it's grown to the top. Thank you very much. Piggybacking on the jamun. I don't know what's going on with these flowers. I've been waiting now for 9 months. 9 months ago they appeared, the flower buds, and now, only now, can I see any sign of potential pollination going on, and these turning to fruit. I don't know. It's the first time I've ever seen these do that. And look what I have here. 2 volunteer passion fruit. I don't know how these guys found their way down here. See these 2 passion fruit on either side? Hang on. That one there and that one there. Look what they're doing. Look what they're doing, guys. They're trying to climb on top of the jamun. Look. Look at that. They're trying to climb as seedlings, volunteer seedlings. I didn't plant them. They've already tied themselves up to the jamun. This is the tree, jambulan. It's got many names. So interesting times, right? New territory that I've never been to before. I'm gonna have to do something about those passion fruit. The volunteers, maybe put them in a pot and stake them. We've got seedling Wampy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's this? Oh, look at this. It's the passion fruit. It's tied itself to the Wampy. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that. Whoo! He's a fast mover and a fast shaker. My goodness. Goodness me. Huh? I'm gonna have to do that today. Get him out of there. And here we have I've been away, guys. We've been traveling over the last while and just haven't had my eyes on things out here, because you got to get on your hands and knees literally and get close up. This is the cherry of the Rio Grande, having its second winter soon. It survived out here unprotected last winter. It dropped all its leaves and came back in spring. Not a problem. These are ice cream bean seedlings that are not volunteers. I grew these from seed and they're doing spectacularly well. I don't know why some people are having problems with ice cream bean in Melbourne. Look at them. It's like, wow, this is like days before winter. How well they're doing. And I've got more down there, right? And I only lost one of them from 41 seeds. Only one loss last winter. The small leaf jabuticaba is getting new growth, as you can see there. See the red tinge. That's a late flush before winter. Oh, here you go, you can see even better here, right there. Pretty. And furthermore, it's flowering, or it's setting to flower, and it's got a lot. It's getting a lot of, look what's going on down there. Yeah, the whole thing's covered in emerging flower buds all over the whole tree. So it looks like it's going to be the first ever winter crop. Never had jabuticaba fruit in winter. This will be a first. We'll see what happens, or if it's just bluffing. It's done it a couple of times before. It bluffed, nothing came of it. So that'll be something interesting to follow up on in June. Then we have the pink guava, the so-called Hawaiian guava, which has become now a huge tree, like the jabo. If I stand back, it's 3.5 meters or so, getting close to 4 meters. It's about 4 meters, I would say. Yeah, 15 feet, and it's loaded. Again, the parrots get most of these in late winter. These come between July and September, so late winter, early spring, and that's all right. The birds can have most of them. We just want like a few, and I got to thin it out to get bigger fruit. There's just too many fruit, so you end up with small pink guavas. Then we have the Kerry star fruit, carambola, which I've had in the ground for 5 years. By the way, star fruit is another tree like the longan that can take Melbourne's winters uncovered, unprotected, no problem. It's treated like citrus. Yeah, like citrus, but no flowers, just all this continual new growth coming. See that? That's all it does, all autumn, even into winter. It just won't flower. And I've given it all the potassium and all the stuff that they need, but no show. Looks like I'm gonna have a problem here with this Murcott. The branches are starting to lean down because a record amount of mandarins are coming. So again, either thin it or do something before the whole half the tree falls on the ground and doesn't come back. This is the one I told you about a couple of years ago, guys. It's a must-have mandarin. It bears mandarins almost all year, pretty close if you count one mandarin as being one of those mandarins, and there's another one back there, right? It does have about a dozen fruit, but its main crop is in spring and summer. Yeah, if you're gonna have one mandarin, this is it. If you're into gluttony, it's amazing, like thousands of them. That's the new Pakistan black mulberry that I planted at the end of summer, and it's already 7 feet tall. Jeez. And it's got fruit, which don't really need yet. So I'm gonna cut these lower branches. I don't like branches coming out and sitting on the ground like that. I'll have the tree start there at that point so I can grow up. Taro, Choco, or Chayote, as you guys call it in America, giving me major problems with my neighbor's apple tree. I have to get up there and do something about that, or just leave it. The new multi-grafted apple tree is going to sleep. There's a lot going on, guys. There's a lot going on at Fruitopia at the end of autumn. And of course we have all these Hass avocados. It's crazy. Crazy, but we love it, right? Here's a good thumbnail for the video. So, and there's a lot more going on up here as well along the side of the house. Still waiting for the red Daca to flower for the first time in, you're not going to believe it. Ready for this, guys? 13 years. Not this stalk, but it's great grandmother was planted 13 years ago, and we're still waiting for a flower. They just keep dying. They keep dying back without flowering. So we'll see if this will be the year. Some more ice cream bean seedlings. These ones have done the best because they get that protection from the house and the fence. That needs to be trimmed as well. That's a jasmine. So more work there to be done. These have done exceptionally well. The brown turkey fig, which I have to free from this net, which I should have taken off last spring, and I didn't. So now it's all tangled. I've got to work on that too. There's another job. I've got to trim back this orange tree. It's overgrown, right? This used to be my backup orange tree, and now it's like out of control every year. Yeah, it's too big, too much, too big. That's the problem, the kind of problem you want to have. Too much fruit, too much growth, too much. But that comes at a price. The price is too much work. So I got all this work to do now because of the too much. Okay, and I'm trying to relax. Being winter, I don't like doing things in winter, guys, except keeping warm. So let's go this way. This is going to be a very long video, I can tell. One of 3 Kohala longans right? With growth coming. The pomelo, which I have to thin out. Probably do that today or tomorrow. Way too many pomelos. Look at that, huh? It's like a pomelo market. What's going on? Not even your grandma in Vietnam had this many pomelos. And this tree is only 8-9 years old. It's amazing. It's gonna collapse on the African Pride Atemoya, custard apple there. I'm gonna have to thin all this out and also cut back on this cherry moya, which is starting to grow over and onto the African Pride. No fruit on the cherry moya this year, first time in 10 years. It took a year off, took a holiday. I think I affected it, going on holidays myself. There's the ice cream beans coming for the first time in winter time. Wow, that's never happened. These always come in summer. So that's interesting. Changes, guys. The bougainvillea is still flowering into winter. Another orange tree, it's all full. Another star fruit, which is also doing the same thing as the Arkan. It's not flowering, it's just doing that, new growth, and then see you next year. Not doing anything. The loquats back there are in full bloom, right? The macadamia tree, we'll go there soon and check it out. Another Kohala longan, very healthy. And another one over there that dropped its fruit, so nothing happening this year. The Pinkerton avocado seems like it's gonna do something this winter and spring, which is good. Been waiting, otherwise it's gonna get pulled out. I'm gonna pull it out if it does nothing, because I used a chainsaw on it last spring, and it looks like it worked. The new growth has come. Grapefruit, bananas, Fuerte avocado with just one fruit, just one, and I have to bag it because last year it had one as well, and the possums got it. There's 1,000 avocados on the Hass, and I decided to get the only one on the Fuerte. That's how animals think. Nasty. Guess what else, guys? Some big news here. The I'm getting a brain fart again. Guess who's fruiting? Monstera deliciosa. Yeah, on this section, setting 1, 2, 3 fruit, and over here, one, two, three, maybe 4 fruit. I don't know what the word is for these. They probably have a special word. Yeah. So that's cool, right? Temperature, the final week of autumn. Oh, the wind just picked up. Better go and pick up those leaves. Temperature is 16 Celsius, so around 60 Fahrenheit, and sunny. But now the wind came. The wind is not what we want. We don't want wind. Sun, yeah, 16, yeah, it's okay. But when the wind appears, the 16 feels like 6. So I got plenty of bananas here. 1, 2, 3, 4. All 4 of them have set racks at the same time. So this area will be all clear by summer as these new ones, the new pups, emerge. So that's interesting to get 4 mums giving babies at the same time. Never seen that before. Tahiti black sapote, it's got a few fruit on it. The yellow jabuticabas seem fine so far. The persimmons are going to sleep. Lemon tree here has got a lot of lemons. Another new mulberry. A lot of sugarcane there, sugarcane forest. I've left those up as wind breaks. And the first plantain is coming. The first one in 8 years. That's been there 8 years. Not that particular pup. It's great grandmother. And now the great granddaughters have finally shot up a flower. Don't give up, guys. 8 to 10 years that was waiting. And now it also has daughters. So again, like I said in the previous video, it's all about patience here in the cooler climate. Yacon, lots of yacon, Jerusalem artichokes, a new apricot tree, a new black sapati that I planted, ornamental ginger, which has just finished flowering, right? It's a sweet perfume up there. So yes, they will grow here outdoors. And there's your bananas. No problem. No problem. Do not be tricked and fooled by people that say to you, oh, you got to move to Queensland. Only in Queensland will you have success. BS. Yeah, if you're growing durian. True. But even in Queensland, durian won't grow unless you're in far north Queensland. Not southeast Queensland. Doesn't work. More bananas there. Another black sapoti there. Chompulongan here doing great. Right? Another persimmon going to sleep. Barbados cherry. We'll see how that'll do over winter. One of two new starfruit trees I planted a couple of years ago. Finally coming up. They took their jolly old time. Another green sapoti there. Looking good. Another new mulberry there. These are all different variety of mulberries, not the same. 2 racks of bananas. I'll get closer and show those. They're really nice and fat. The ice cream banana at 4.5 meters. So that's why I've got a stake, because there's a lot of wind back here. If that falls, it'll take out my green sapoti and take out my 2 starfruits and my sapodilla. It'll do a lot of damage. Yeah, so loquat, dwarf macadamia, another sapodilla here. These are in the ground. Quaimuk, which dies back completely in spring and comes back in autumn. And then the Rollinia, which I still haven't protected. These are all going to get protection real soon. All these sooks. I don't really have to protect the Rollinia now in its 4th year, but I'll do it anyway. At least around, not on top. And there's the bananas I was talking about. Let me get in a different angle. Okay. Look at that. Nice and fat. And over here, the other rack. Nice and fat. Yeah. And another nice big fat rack coming from that guy up there. That's almost 5 meters high, that rack. So that'll be a bit of a challenge. And then we have, this is the mulberry, the new one, looking happy. And up here we have another, that's a ducasse flower ready to emerge. People told me, why didn't I turn all this area here into a big greenhouse like that one there? Just a whole thing back there, because I've got bananas, guys. You can't have bananas that big in a greenhouse. I want my bananas. That's why. Mandarin. This is a 30-year-old mandarin that sets really nice fruit in early spring. And this is the Kaffir lime, which is absolutely loaded all the way up above the shed. So guys, that's the update. Hope you enjoyed it. on the end of May. The last video from Fruitopia until we enter winter. There's the native Australian tamarin too, up there at 2, 4, 6, 8 meters. It's over 20 feet high. Okay, we are done. Now I gotta get to work. Put these in the bin and spread them around, and mow the lawn before it rains. Oh, the parrots are back. These are the guys that have been eating the pineapple guavas. I see you up there hiding. There he is. See his head? That guy in there. He's the one that eats the pineapple guavas, hollowing them out. I'm going to trim all these figs as well at the end of winter. I see a nice fig up there that the birds haven't found. Ooh, that looks delicious. That black one up there. Yeah, nice. Alright guys, we'll catch you from the next video. It's going to be a video on the trees that I'm protecting. I'll give you a little sample before we go.